The federal government says Nigeria's tax administration is entering a new era of fairness with the rollout of the Office of the Tax Ombud's digital platforms, including a free dispute resolution portal, toll-free call center, and online case management system. Coming amid broader tax reforms, the government believes the Tax Ombud will improve transparency, reduce friction between taxpayers and revenue authorities, and encourage voluntary tax compliance. But how significant is this reform, and will it deliver meaningful change? Well, to unpack this and answer that question, I've got with me Segun Shokwiton, Principal Partner, Woodridge and Scott Consulting. Thank you for joining me today, sir.
My pleasure. Good morning. And
also with me on this call, I have Sheson Okwande, Public Affairs Analyst. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us today.
Thank you very much, Perfecto. Glad to be with you.
Same here. Let me begin with you now, Mr. Okwande. Now, the federal government has described this particular Office of the Tax Ombud as a major pillar of Nigeria's tax reform agenda. Now, from your perspective, how significant is this institution, and why should Nigerians care to start with?
Okay, thank you very much. Among the 4 new tax acts signed by Mr. President last year, June 2025, we discovered that one of them, the Joint Revenue Board Establishment Act 2025, established the Office of the Tax Ombudsman, which specifically is to give relief and allow taxpayers to have a say in actually challenging possibly 1 or 2 things that they might consider as dispute. Long before now, what we normally have when you have an assessment from the tax authority, either from the federal or the states, it becomes a great issue, and people find it difficult to get the legal aspect to provide support. But with this office established under this new act, you and I now have an office where we can approach to bring in some of the disputes, and they will offer this pro bono to individual, provided you have your facts to actually defend the issue that they have at hand. This office, as we speak, which we consider as new initiative, giving hope for the taxpayer as against just having that this act that you are not being catered for. All that the government just look out for is to collect payment, irrespective of whether it's correct or not. Now they believe where they can put some of those things. And this office, basically, they will get complaint from the taxpayers. They will investigate the complaint. They will mediate the dispute to have a common ground before now. And they also, give a lead to what the revenue services, both at the federal and the state, are doing by doing tax payers education, and they make sure that they monitor compliance. Because where there are disputes and they are able to settle it amicably at no cost to the taxpayer, definitely that will increase the confidence and bring more transparency even to this. So for me, it's a good initiative that will restore confidence on the part of the taxpayer, at least to make sure that they are not being shortchanged by the tax authority.
All right, thank you so much. Mr. Shokwiton, let's hear from you now. Before the tax ombud was introduced, what options did taxpayers have when they felt unfairly treated by tax authorities? I mean, were those mechanisms adequate, or were there major gaps in that regard? I know Mr. He has also already said something in that regard, but I would like to hear what you have to say, Mr. Okwande, actually. Thank you, Mr. Shokwiton, now.
Yeah, so prior to this, under this dispensation, what we had was, something called Servicom, which is something that exists across the entirety of the federal government's public services, where, members of the public can complain if they're not happy with service that they're receiving from any particular parastatal or ministry or agency. What the tax ombudsman has done is to extricate that process from the overall platform and make it very function specific to the taxpayer, because the issues that the taxpayer tends to face when relating with the tax authorities are very unique and very different. So the way I like to see the tax ombudsman, in addition to what my brother Mr. Okwande has said, is to see it as basically like a call center, like a customer care center, where all of your issues, you're unhappy with how you're being treated, how you're being handled by the taxman. You are no longer alone. There's somebody that will be there. You file your case, and they will look into it. The really very good thing about this is that it's largely digital and technology based. So there's a website, there's a complaint portal where you can go, you register, provide your NIN, provide your details if you're an individual, or your details if you're a corporate organization, and then file your case. You get a case number, and then that case will be tracked, to ensure that it is resolved.